And tonight on our Great American Panel, he was a former pollster for President Jimmy Carter, advisor to George McGovern's presidential campaign. Fox News contributor Pat Caddell is here. He is a Republican candidate for Massachusetts' 4th Congressional District. He is challenging Congressman Barney Frank. Sean Bielat is here, and she is a former reporter, host on Fox Sports, and currently hosts Mark Levin's favorite program, Poker After Dark on NBC, model, TV personality, big supporter of the troops, recently married. Leanne Tweeden is back with us. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Daisy Khan, the wife of this controversial imam, here's what she had to say on ABC's This Week.
Is America Islamophobic? Are you concerned about the long-term relationship between American Muslims and the rest of society here?
Yes, I think we are deeply concerned because this is like a metastasized anti-Semitism. That's what we feel right now. It's not even Islamophobia, it's beyond Islamophobia. It's hate of Muslims.
Maybe it's just her husband's controversial views about maybe America being Sharia compliant, blaming us for 9/11.
Maybe possibly taking money from Iran and Saudi Arabia and terrorist money and not condemning Hamas. I have a problem with that. I don't think anybody, even after 9/11 in this country, and especially the great state of New York, is Islamophobia. I think we have questions about some extremist Islamic people. Yes, of course. And there are Muslims out there who want to destroy America and our way of life. I just think this whole issue is people are being insensitive. I don't think if there were two crazy radical Christians that bombed Mecca, I don't think 9 years later, if we said, hey, can we just put up a big Christianity, let's like hold hands and make peace, I don't think they'd appreciate that.
Well, I just got to say, I think it's an ironic thing to do to say, we're building a tolerance center. You're bigoted if you don't accept our tolerance. We're going to thrust our tolerance on you regardless of what you think of it. It's a funny world we're living in when people think that that makes sense.
But you're the Democrat on the panel. Let me go back to the screen grab we got earlier. Pam Geller, they had the dueling protests this weekend. And look at that. The protesters rally over planned Islamic Center. Then they have Father Coughlin defends Nazi violence. And underneath that, brief history of intolerance in America. So I guess the media's made their decision here, Pat.
Look, the media, and I've been saying this is the straw man they built up over the issue of the First Amendment. But, you know, you look at this with the media, and I have to say this. It's outrageous. What they have is people who ran from defending the First Amendment, members of the press during the Danish cartoon situation, and who have acted as though since then that they have been kowtowing to the fear of Islamic extremist sins, have the nerve to get up and call the American people, as they keep doing, bigots and racists unfettered. And they do it all the time. It is, and just like Michael Gross you had on, who has been one of the people who spent many years helping to drive any sign of religion out of the public square, suddenly finds a religious principle you can embrace. This is unbelievable.
And we're paying for this imam
to go around the country and represent us to have better ties. Yeah. It's crazy.
Why?
But this is why the American people are saying...
30% of the country that is actually in favor of this mosque is smarter than the other 70% of us. And that's what it comes down to right there.
This thing... Barney Franks of the world.
Yeah, that's right.
This thing, Rasmussen had a poll today about the mosque, and it shows even more opposition than was several weeks ago. It shows the political class, 68%, are in favor of it, 77% of mainstream Americans against it. You know what they're doing? They're saying, you people listen to what we tell you.
How are the military responding? Because you stay in touch with a lot of these guys in the military.
You know, I think they're just average Americans, like the rest of the people who are being polled, who don't agree with it. Look, we live in America. It's a great country. We believe in freedom of religion, and if you want to build your mosque, just be sensitive and don't build it so close to where a lot of Muslims of your religion bombed and killed 3,000 of our citizens.
And I think you're right about
bringing we got to take a break. More with our great American panel next. All right, we continue with our great American panel. Somebody's tweeting Leanne saying that she can out-throw me with the football. Sorry, not true. I'm writing you back. And we'll let her throw out, though. All right, so we got some congressional districts where literally George W. Bush is out-polling the ever-so-popular Barack Obama in Democratic districts. You're hoping this happens, obviously, against Barney Frank.
A lot of incumbents are running scared, especially Barney Frank. There's a turnover going on in this country. In Massachusetts, you see it strongly.
Look, we saw what happened, obviously, with Scott Brown. Do you think you can take out
absolutely.
And beat Barney Frank?
And so does he. He's changed his positions on Fannie and Freddie. You saw that a couple of days ago.
I did see that.
He gets religion 75 days before the election.
And he'll change
his first
the 76
challenging
now.
elections in 20-some years. That's right.
Yeah, Leanne, look, you're meeting a lot of people out on the road. I've never felt an intensity. I've been on the road the last 3 weekends. I'm going to be in San Diego, and you're in Vegas.
Saturday.
You're going to be with us in San Diego.
Yes.
I've never witnessed this intensity ever in all the years I've been covering politics.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to Sean off camera before we came on, and we just talked about. Remember when we did San Diego last year, and the Tea Party movement was it was right when it first started, and people were laughing at it, and, oh, who are these teabaggers? Who are these people? Well, now it's a movement. I think normal people, when things like healthcare, the economy, jobs affect you, you may not be the most politically astute person, but you know what affects you. And I think everybody in America goes, you know what? My vote does count because we're a great democracy. If I go out there and I vote for him and I take Barney Frank out, it's going to change what's happening in my life. And they're taking it personally. And I think every American has finally gotten so fed up with this huge government that Obama has created that they're sick of it.
You know, today, there was a poll that I read, a poll today. I've never seen anything like this. A plurality, 48% said the president was an extremist. 45% thought he represented the mainstream. That's amazing. This is the president of the United States. That's never registered before.
I hate to say, Pat, but I was kind of a little ahead of the curve.
I'm not going to.
Way.
You know, and I think you thought I was a little bit over the top during the election.
A lot of people called you crazy.
Thank you,
They
Leanne.
did. They were like, Sean's crazy for calling him a radical.
Beckel still says you're crazy.
I
But
was
anyway,
getting beaten up
Beckel
every
is
day.
crazy.
I'm in the Beckel seat Monday. He still says you're crazy, but not me. You were right about this. I'm afraid about a lot of this.
But you didn't think I was.
No,
and
I didn't.
Think I was.
And I think that it is proving people are reacting to what happened with General Motors, what's happened with taking over the government, what's happening with all the spending, what is happening with push. You know what? A democracy, a president does some things that are unpopular, but presidents are also responsible for hearing their people, not dictating and shoving in their face.
Thank
and
you.
that's my point.
Thank you.
That's what I hear from
We just had David Limbaugh on tonight, and you know, crimes against liberty, the indictment of Barack Obama, the comprehensive, I think, what will become the rallying call election guide for this year, and it just came out today. We just had him on.
I'll go buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, but when you read this book, Leanne, the thing that stands out the most is it's like every single solitary day there is some major controversy about this.
They keep pushing the American people. This is a republic, a democratic republic. It is not something where you can dictate because you won an election.
That's exactly right, and people are sick of it.
And they're tired of being told they're idiots, and they're tired of being told that they're bigots.
But those are the elite in your party.
The elite of listen, the division of my party is very simple. I still want a party that still speaks for the common man, that doesn't dictate to them the way that we now have. It's been hijacked.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
It's hard to argue with, too. I think if you.
Well, I think the Republicans are brain dead, but that's neither here nor there. But I have to stand up and fight my own battles.
I think the Republicans are crazy. You see, you're doing so good, and we got.
And then he goes off the rails.
No. So what do you predict happens?
Well,
they're going to win.
I definitely think they'll take the House, the Republicans. I think there's a good chance.
In Massachusetts. Let's
vote for you,
call
right?
that out.
There's a good chance they're going to take Senate.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty interesting.
It's looking like it could go that way because I think the people, like you said, the common man is just so sick of being told what's good for them, what's right. Let's push it down. Let's regulate. Let's spend more money, and it's not happening.
What you're describing, though, is a political earthquake.
People who are in trouble, who believe the country is in danger, are going to be voting. And the people who think, well, I'd like to keep going, they just don't have the enthusiasm.
And the independents are going to make a big difference.
Big time. All right, now, here. You get to throw it out. That is all the time we have left. Thank you for being with us. Greta's next. Let not your heart be troubled. Leanne throws us out. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
There she goes. Yay!
Spiral.
All right.